Welcome to Music Fusion Fridays here on KBVR. I'm Maya Holmes.
And I'm Brittany Wooten.
And we're the Blonde Bombshells.
Here to give you your weekly music news.
Ever wonder what happens when there's a change in the chemistry of a small ensemble that works so hard to make great music? Well, Portland Center Stage's performance of the play Opus will give you a chance to find out. According to James Bash of Oregon Music News, Opus delves into the relationships within a string quartet after one of its members has been forced out. The show, which was written by Michael Hollinger, opened last Friday and was performed by the members of the Portland Center Stage at the Armory. The play includes well-paced vignettes, romantic relationships, impressive auditions, and family problems that gather themes of artistry, ego, amore, and health issues into one gigantic snowball of intensity. Director Brendan Fox keeps each character well-defined and focuses the action so that it is constantly gaining momentum right up through the finale. Opus runs through May 8th, and it definitely sounds like it's worth seeing, whether you love the theater, chamber music, or just a great story.
In the face of national decline, at least one local organization is fighting to stabilize regional arts funding. The Creative Advocacy Network is a nonprofit established to mobilize the Portland metro region in support of a new public fund for the arts. According to Brandon Ellison of Oregon Music News, CAN's goal is to inspire kids and keep them in school, create jobs and fuel the economy, as well as open minds and celebrate culture. Beginning in 2008, 1,500 leaders in the creative arts were brought in to develop a creative action plan for the Portland metro area, also known as the Act for Art. The goal was to secure $15 to $20 million in annual funding for the arts in the Portland metro region. They're taking their first steps in Portland, and by the end of 2012, CAN hopes to bring a new stable and dedicated funding stream for the arts of Portland. If you'd like to learn more or help out with the program, visit theartscan.org.
Yuck is hopefully the last word that comes to mind when you hear the British band of the same name masterfully revisit the familiar indie rock sounds of the late 80s and early 90s. According to Ned Lanneman of the Portland Mercury, Yuck's self-titled album was recently released on February 21st of this year, and the revival of familiar sounds that can be heard on their album, it turns out, was not a planned design. According to guitarist Max Bloom, it just kind of happened as they recorded their tracks and received inspiration from the bands that they discovered from the recent past along the way. Bloom founded Yuck with singer-guitarist Daniel Bloomberg after they both departed the London five-piece band Cajun Dance Party. After the two recorded some initial demos, they rounded out the new band with bassist Mariko Doi, whom they met in London, and drummer Johnny Rogoff, whom they met in Israel by chance when he was there vacationing. And although for some of the band members this is not their first professional band, all of them are only 21 years old, or almost in Bloom's case. Currently, Yuck is touring the U.S., and they stopped by the Wonder Ballroom this past Wednesday to show Oregon what they're all about. If you missed them, be sure to check them out as they continue to rock on this side of the Atlantic Ocean.
Where does Dave Grohl look when he wants the best music video? Why, Portland, of course. Local director Daniel Fickle of Two Penguin Productions has been chosen to create a video for a song off Foo Fighters' new album, Wasting Light, which was released earlier this month. He was selected as part of the band's This Video Sucks fan contest, which sought directors for each of the record's 11 tracks. Fickle was given the song I Should Have Known, which has gotten some pre-release attention for being a pseudo-Nirvana reunion. According to Matthew Singer of Willamette Week, Two Penguin says the video depicts the relationship between Leroy, an inchworm puppet, and his wife as they explore themes of metamorphosis, politics and corruption, lost love, and limousines. It premiered April 15th on Fuse, and according to the company's project manager, James Strayer, Dave Grohl loves it and says it reminds him of Michel Gondry, which is pretty high praise considering Gondry directed Everlong, still the Foo's most memorable video 14 years later.